Hi there,
Oh,
I hate you, Beth. Hi there, I'm Ninja, the person who does this
and I'm Biff.
G-cast.
I'm Paradox.
Yes, he is. And today we are doing something.
Yeah.
Wait, crap, what are we talking about? Oh, yeah! Today we're doing this. So, on Friday, Pokemon's website had a weird image floating around of a pixelated Pokemon that would literally hop around the screen. Not hop, but the image would like zoom around the screen. And if you clicked it, you'd be greeted to a big noise, which scared Paradox. Then you'd
It
be
surprised
linked
me. It
to a
didn't
website.
scare me.
Sure. Then it linked you to a page that listed information about the Pokemon, with certain things redacted. So, what do you guys think of it?
Oh, sorry. I've seen a lot of people say that it looks kind of like a night version of Farfetch'd or Surfetch'd or something like that. I think it just kind of looks like a new kind of Pokemon.
I'm glad you brought this up. I actually am. So, I personally do not believe this because of one fact. This thing
It's
weighs
fighting
almost
type?
300 pounds.
Oh,
Okay. No, because if it's a Galorian form, the typings do not have to be the same.
yeah,
So
true.
but it weighs 300 pounds, and Farfetch'd, it weighs 30 pounds.
I mean, it could, one, living in the Galar region, be a bit bulkier, especially with the fact that it would be wearing armor.
But at that point, it would become a steel type.
Potentially.
With its pure fighting type, I don't really see a reason for it. Also, its height's redacted too. So
True.
I just personally don't see how it could be like a Farfetch'd thing.
Yeah. I find it interesting,
'Cause
though,
with
that
the way-
the height was something they decided to redact. Like, that would somehow give people an idea of, like, what this Pokemon is.
Yeah, I agree. That is very interesting. And people have said that one of the redacted things is only blank that have survived many battles can attain this blank. And people think that the second blank is like form or evolution. And that's where they're getting the whole Farfetch thing. But personally, I think it's just only trainers that have survived many battles can attain this Pokemon. And they're just using that as a good red herring.
Maybe. What interests me is
also-
where it says, when this Pokemon's blankers, it will retire from combat.
That is true. I was also thinking about how this might be a Rotom form. Because, remember that thing I said that scared you, Paradox?
Yeah. Was that a cry?
That is Rotom's cry.
Ah, I see.
It could be a reference to the Rotom Dex, but I would like to think it's a Rotom form, because I think Rotom's a cool Pokemon to continue giving more forms to in
It
battle.
does seem to lack some key features that would make it a Rotom, or Rotom.
Like orange.
It's not orange, doesn't have the blue eyes.
It doesn't have the aura thing around it, the spiritual.
Yeah. And at the same time, Rotom's forms are also ghost type, aren't they?
No.
Or
They're just
electric.
and they're electric / whatever they are. So, never mind. My Rotom theory's out of the way. And they all have the ability to
The
levitate.
theory
me,
that
it's
lasted
kind-
like 5 minutes.
It's interesting because of its ability Steadfast. I'm not too particularly familiar with what Pokemon have what abilities, so I'm not sure what that would mean for it.
Steadfast is a pretty standard ability. Farfetch does not have it though. Let me look up the ability.
I just looked it up right now. It increases the user's speed stat by 1 stage when flinched.
Oh, okay. So it's nothing special.
And
it's a pretty.
Fighting types have it. It's a fighting mostly.
So it's just it's just a reflection of its type, really. The thing I like about it most, though, is the fact that, like, how weird this Pokemon is. Like, not weird as in the way it looks, but the way they're marketing this, I find it very nice and neat. And I also think a trailer is going to drop in the next week because of the fact that...
I find it interesting that nobody seems to have, like, tried making any... And this will sound stupid.
Porn?
No.
Well, I am curious if they've actually...
I was gonna say, like, trying to make connections to glitch Pokemon, specifically, like, Missing No, just because of the nature of it.
Well, I mean,
because
I'm curious, like, how far they went into this. Like, is this, like, all that there is? Or is there, like, are there more, like, clues that are hidden in this thing? Like, when you click on the image, right, it brings up this whole new page. And it also opens up this, like, big list of Pokemon right underneath it. So I'm thinking, is there anything that, like, connects all of these new ones, or...
Yeah, they all come from the gallery region.
So don't be stupid like me and open the image in a new page, because that is a huge, like, seizure trigger.
Really?
Or maybe, like, it's rain.
The white background. It's like flashing in and out, and it's like, okay, glad I don't have epilepsy.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
You didn't. You're saying it's cool that you now know that I do not suffer from epileptic seizures.
No. The background went.
Okay, I was going to say, like, that's a kind of morbid thing to be, like, interested to find out about somebody. Like, flashing lights don't have a possibility of killing me.
It's just like I'm playing 20 questions and it's just, alright, does this person have a seizure? Have epilepsy? No. Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
Also epilepsy is something linked with Pokemon. Anyone who suffers from it, do not be offended. It is just a joke. But I really like what they did with this. I think this Pokemon is going to be memorable, and I don't think people are going to forget who this one is. Unlike some of the other Pokemon released, like especially the ones that really don't evolve, like Roly-Poly. Pretty much only Roly-Poly. I was genuinely surprised that I forgot that one. Sorry.
You were literally talking about it before we started.
No, but like I forgot. I was like, oh, that's a thing. But what this reminds me of is in Pokemon Go, the Pokemon Meltan, the mythical one, was released. From what I can recall, was in an update, but it was very secret, and data miners found it, and it's widely theorized that the Pokemon Company did this on purpose, knowing how heavy the scene is with data mining. And so, by doing this, they were able to just, like, market this thing out and build hype for it. So that way it isn't a forgettable mythical, like most other mythical Pokemon in the modern day and age, sadly. And it really did well, because then the Twitter account mentioned something about it, and then you had a whole entire event in order to just to obtain it. And then the shiny thing happened for it. So Paradox. ARGs, right?
Yeah.
So, Pokemon Go's is an augmented reality game that was pretty big recently. You agree?
It's been up and down over the last few years, but yes.
You know what else been pretty big recently?
Minecraft Earth.
Yeah! That's what I call a segue! Okay, your turn, Paradox, go.
Okay. So Minecraft Earth, if you haven't heard of it, it's a Minecraft-based ARG, augmented reality game, where using your mobile device, I don't believe it's working for tablets. I think it might just be a phone app, but I'm not sure. Basically, you can build anywhere with your phone, like just on the screen. This is terrible. And you can invite people, I think, to like build with your stuff or whatever. And recently, they launched a closed beta for Android. It's already been. It was originally launched for iOS about a month ago. It was launched in Seattle, London, Tokyo, Stockholm, and Mexico City.
Wow. I'll pretend to know where those places are. So yeah.
The article I'm reading from, which is from TheVerge.com, says if you're lucky enough to have a beta invite and live north of the launch cities and you can start playing the augmented reality mobile game right now, you need an AR-compatible device running Android 7 or above to play. And I did recently see, I haven't watched it yet, but a video from the YouTube channel Seth Bling, who I believe recorded some footage of the closed beta of Minecraft Earth.
So I think this idea is very interesting.
Yep.
But it does mean that real life griefing is a thing, where you can just like go up to like, say, someone's grave.
I believe they're probably going to do something about that though, so that nobody can just like come up and grief your stuff. But that I haven't seen.
Well, not grief, but I mean like real life sites. People could like, you know, actually grief stuff in real life. Or something,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Another interesting thing that the article mentions is that the in-game currency rubies will be launching on Android first, even though the game was originally launched. The beta was launched first on Apple's operating system.
Well, yeah. Well, it's because people with iPhones already spent too much on their phone. That simple. Speaking of iPhones, the iPhone Pro 11 came out, and Minecraft Earth is probably going to be on that.
Probably.
Yeah. But, like, Minecraft's a really big hot topic right now. Don't you guys agree?
Yes.
What's this I hear? The segment? Wafodi! Hey, you! Yes, you! The one whose name is Biff.
What?
Are you looking for a big titty goth girlfriend?
Oh gosh.
How'd you know?
Well, I have the playlist for you. It's called Big Dick God GF. It's a mixtape made up of some amazing songs, such as. One second, let me load it up. Token by Happiness by Token. Demons by Joji.
What?
Demons by Joji.
It's just
Billie Eilish, When the Party's Over. Lonesome Town, The End of the F*** King.
what?
Matilda by Alt. Breezy Blocks by Alt. And many more, including Feels Like Summer by Childish Gambino. And an XXXTentacion song with Little Pump.
Okay. And you're saying this will help me get a Big Titty Goth GF guaranteed?
Yes,
No
it is
questions
their
asked?
mating call.
Ah, okay.
It mimics the hormones they emit when they listen to emo
Okay,
music.
so it's like I have to get a
They are
boombox instead of
attracted
just
to
stand
it.
outside with it over my head. And it'll kind of just attract them all to me.
Okay. We've
Yes.
talked about video games and Pokemon, and I want to say that is like the most 90s thing anybody has said on this podcast.
Wait, we're actually talking about video games through an episode once. Wow.
Yeah, surprising.
But yes, sir. You can.
Biff cannot
You
contain
can get
his
yourself
joy.
You can get a Big Titty Goth GF just by playing this playlist. It's guaranteed to work. It'll be $5.
Okay.
Speaking of things that you can find in the Hot Topic, Paradox, didn't you say FNAF had something to do with the ARGs?
Yep. As if it wasn't enough that there was a VR game released earlier this year, FNAF VR Help Wanted, there's now an ARG game in the works titled FNAF Five Nights at Freddy's, or FNAF Special Delivery, or FNAF AR Special Delivery.
Okay, FNAF Special Delivery does not sound like something appropriate for kids.
It's being developed by Illumix. Basically, it's coming out this fall, which is fitting for like Halloween and whatever. All you spooky people or whatever. There's not a whole lot about it.
So,
the article, which is from engadget.com, I'll have a link to the articles and such in the description, but the article from engadget.com also mentions that Scott Cawthon has offered updates on a number of FNAF projects, including the movie adaptation, which has been in the works, like, since FNAF 2, I think.
Wait,
So
the
that's
movie
like-
adaptation?
So, like, since 2014, 2015, or whatever, there's been in the works a movie adaptation of Five Nights at Freddy's, and it has been on
thought
and
that
off
died.
again that... No, it's been going, but it's been, like... There's been not a whole lot of information, and now it says in this article that the movie adaptation is on track for a 2021 release. He's also working with Click Team on HD versions of the original games, so... I'm not entirely sure if that's just like FNAF 1, 2, and 3, or like all of them, but they are going to be remastered for Android and iOS, as well as the Switch, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. Most of them will be available next year, so in 2020. In addition, there's a AAA title based on Five Nights at Freddy's. So we got a VR game, we're getting an ARG, and then a AAA game.
Alright, so whenever the movie comes out, we gotta review it. Like, day one.
Totally. And I can understand if anybody's just like, ugh, FNAF, and doesn't really care. I personally have been interested in, like, this franchise since I first heard about it. Ironically, I didn't hear about it until the second game came out, and didn't play it until the third one, but...
I've never played a single FNAF game.
I almost beat FNAF 2 on my first try. I almost beat the first 5 nights. I got close to finishing the 5th night, and then Foxy got me, I believe, and I've never been able to get that far again without dying.
Dang. So, Biff, what do you think of FNAF?
Like you, I haven't really played it. I mean, I've seen like YouTubers play it, but I don't have any personal experience with it. I don't really like horror games. So
I tried to get my brother to play once, the very first game on the first night, which is literally one of the easiest nights in any of the games after night 1 from Five Nights at Freddy's 3, because you can literally just sit there and listen to the audio tape at the beginning or whatever, and like literally nothing happened, and just the atmosphere got to him, and he's like, I can't play this. And I'm like, dude, this is the first night. You can literally just sit there most of the time and not do anything. And he's like, I'm too scared.
Comment if you like Paradox bullying his brother.
My brother is like 2 years older than I am, so...
Oh, okay.
Plus, he's bullied me plenty growing up.
So this is mental torture. Smart. So, I don't know how FNAF, the augmented reality game, will work, because it's like, do you just sit in a room and then like, oh no, here they come? I feel like it's better for VR, in all honesty. The augmented stuff just seems like, oh, if the scary thing's over there, I'm going to look in the opposite direction. Because you can do that. You know, with like VR or just the PC, you have to look at it. One of the things that makes a horror game good is forcing you to do something. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think, though, because the way it seems, it's going to be like you sit in a room and the game generates it so that you're defending off animatronics. And I think that works in some cases because, like, the thing that makes horror really work, and this is like a true thing, is like getting your audience to feel like close to whatever's happening. Like, you take something that's familiar and you distort it to the point where it's no longer familiar, so it feels like a what's the word I'm thinking of?
Realistic. It's like why Halloween the movie really works is because it takes place in
a perversion. That's what I was thinking of. It's like a perversion of what you're familiar with, and that just really messes with people's heads. But everybody has their own kind of like thing that works with.
Yeah. Well, is this the end of the podcast?
I think so. Anybody got any closing thoughts?
Wait, Biff, were you gonna say something?
No.
Good. I got one. If you're a big titty goth girlfriend looking for a new boyfriend for hire or just for free, make sure you
For
hit up my
hire.
If you're already in a relationship and looking for a new
This
boyfriend
podcast isn't for you to pour yourself out, Ninja, okay?
No, I was gonna plug you. Make sure.
We got a big hunk of Biff for you.
Yeah, we got a bunch of Biff. I'll link to his Tinder profile in the description.
How is this still on the internet?
I don't know. Well, I was Ninja.
I'm Paradox.
And I may soon be Biff.
You may soon. You don't
He has
know
not yet arisen to that honor yet.
Nope.
If you're a big titty goth GF, make sure you hit up my boy Biff. Like, comment, subscribe if you're not, and follow me at xninja555 on Twitter, because I am only happy when I have a follower. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.